In April of 1960, Ella Baker, who was then working with Dr. King, and Dr. King got together a group of young black college students at Shaw University from all over the South. But they met at Shaw University in April of 1960 and formed the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, which came to be known as SNCC because of its initials, SNCC, and SNCC was a good acronym, and everyone knew them as the SNCC Kids. And they were the most idealistic, brave, devil-may-care group that you'd ever want to meet. And they didn't always go out and perform for the television cameras as some of the other more organized groups did. They would go into the backwoods of the South. I found them down, for example, in Macomb, Mississippi, and Amite County, Mississippi. That's South Mississippi, deep South Mississippi. Sits down there on the Louisiana line, gumbo and chicory coffee country, pasture land, cut over timber, swamps, rattlesnakes, some of which crawl and some of which walk. And there were those SNCC kids out there at night riding the back roads and pickup trucks with no lights on, trying to encourage people to come down and register to vote, getting their heads hit by pistol butts, every other day.
I attended the organization meeting of SNCC at Shaw University in Raleigh over Easter weekend in 1960. And hundreds of students were there, college students. And they were all determined and wanted to sponsor mass demonstrations against racial injustice. But they were all very concerned that with the electricity in the air, that the movement might come to be dominated by high school students as opposed to college students. And they thought there were dangers in this because the high school students weren't really trained for nonviolence, were more likely to be undisciplined. And at this point in time, the leaders and the student movement believed deeply in nonviolence. And the ones out of Nashville had been receiving training for over a year from the Reverend James Lawson and other people. And they were ready, they were determined, they had a good sense of philosophy, Gandhi-like nonviolence reinforced by what Martin Luther King was saying. So it was a very determined, very impressive group of students.